Today I'm going to share with you affordable alternatives to 7 Hermes bags. We won't be talking about the Birkin or the Kelly. We can do those in another video if you'd like. Let me know that in the comment section below, please, because there are more lookalikes for those bags than there are for the 7 I'm talking about today. We know Hermes bags are grossly overpriced, far beyond the reach of many of our budgets. So having affordable alternatives for the designs that we really like instead of the Hermes bags, or having a similar style that we can try before we decide to invest so many thousands in Hermes. Either way, it can be very helpful to have these affordable alternatives. So let's jump right in and get started with the Hermes Constants. Of the bags I'm talking about today, the Hermes Constants has the most number of affordable alternatives. Let's start with the Coach Idol bag. Similar shape, but in this case, instead of having the big H logo and metal on the front of the bag, you have the big C. Now you guys know I love Coach and I love a lot of their original designs, but Coach definitely has a tendency to also create designs that are very obviously inspired by a few of the luxury brands, and this is one of them. Another designer who does the same thing is Tory Burch, and their answer to the Constance is the Eleanor. Personally, I like this one better than the Coach Idol, just because of the logo on the front. I think the Tory Burch double T logo, where one is upside down and one is right side up, looks more like a decorative design element rather than a logo. So people who aren't familiar with that logo, which may be a higher percentage of people than we think as handbag people who do recognize it, might not even realize that it's a logo. I have 2 bags to show you in this category that are from luxury brands, so they'll be more expensive, but they are still more affordable compared to the Hermes Constants. One is the Celine Triumph bag. Similar to the Tory Burch, this logo, if you're not familiar with it, looks like a really pretty design element. I'm not sure which I like better here, this or the Tory Burch. Which one do you prefer? Let me know below. And there's also the Givenchy 4G, which I've seen in a quilted version, and it has the little Givenchy logo, which again looks like a design element and not a giant letter. For something even less subtle and less obviously inspired by the Hermes Constants, there's the Grace Flap bag by Parissa Wang. You'll see Parissa Wang a few times in this video. They definitely have a tendency to be inspired by Hermes, but this is certainly a different take than most on a Constance style bag. And by the way, welcome, I'm Autumn Beckman, and I am here to help you live your most luxurious life within your budget. We talk about everything from handbags to everyday luxuries, so make sure you subscribe, like, and click the bell so you don't miss any of my videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, or my daily community posts where I post sales that are going on or fabulous bags that I find. Also, don't miss my website, autumnbeckman.com. I'll have that linked below, where you can find items that I have personally designed for you to help you organize and curate a purposeful collection of your most treasured items. For example, the My Handbag Collection Organizer. Here is the front and the back of the item tracker page where you can write down all the information about your handbags or small goods so you have it all in one place. And I forgot to say before, all of the bags that I'm showing you today will be linked in the description box below so you can find them easily. Bag number 2, the Hermes Evelyn. The first alternative I'll show you is one that I have. It's from Henry's Leather Goods, kind of a subsidiary of Dooney & Bourke. They don't have many bags left, but they do have some of the crossbodies in a couple of colors. So if you've been thinking about one of these, I would suggest jumping on that. They have 4 sizes available. This one is the second from the biggest, and I'll just give you a spin of it here. They use amazing Italian leathers, and they have minimal branding. They have palladium hardware. I have this stuffed, but the interior is lined in leather, and it has an adjustable webbed crossbody strap. This version also has a really big back pocket. And I have this bag in another size. This is the second from smallest. So there's a little size comparison for you. You'll be able to find the dimensions on the website. The smaller one has all the same features as the other one. Dooney & Bourke have several bags that are very similar to the Evelyn, and I'll tell you about 4. And the first 2 are my favorite. The all-weather leather crossbody 22. So this has that all-weather pebbled leather, and then it has the very classic Dooney & Bourke look with classic Dooney colors and then that brown leather trim with the little oval duck logo. There's also the Turnlock Messenger. I can't decide which of these 2 I like better. So this one's very similar, but it has a little flap over the top with a turn lock. I love that. And this one comes in a 20 centimeter or a 28 centimeter, and it also comes in the pebbled leather or in this gorgeous ostrich embossed leather, which is my favorite of these options. There's also the Wayfarer letter carrier, which is a different take. It looks a little bit less like the Evelyn, but still the same shape. This one's in nylon with leather trim. And one of their newest bags, the canvas crossbody. Now this has the very basic shape of the Evelyn. It lacks some of the details, but if you're looking for something in that basic shape and something that's very casual that you can throw around, this could be a really good option for you. Hermes bag number 3 is the Picotin. I've looked for a long time for a good alternative to the Picotin, and I feel like there really aren't many out there. The closest that I have found, and this is a bag I absolutely love, and I've mentioned these to you several times, is the Neghetti St. Barth's tote. Now, it's definitely got differences to the Picotin. This is a woven neoprene as opposed to a leather. The handles are shorter, but it has, again, that same basic shape. And it also has a crossbody strap, which is something the Picotin lacks, and I wish it did have. But if you're looking for, again, that very basic shape with the little top handles, a little bucket bag like this, amazing, amazing bags. I have these in all 4 sizes that they make. They're wonderful. If you want something closer to the actual Picotin, the closest thing I've found is something like this. Now, this is from a company called Tiffany & Fred. They make bags that look pretty much identical to Hermes bags. They don't say Hermes anywhere on them. On this, it does have the lock, and it has the little H logo on the lock, which I prefer it didn't have. I wish it was just a plain lock or it had a different logo. In this bag, first of all, it comes with a little liner that's the same kind of pattern as Hermes dust bags. In the bottom of this bag, you see that kind of shiny thing on the bottom that says Tiffany & Fred. So it is branded with their own name, not Hermes, but it does look exactly like an Hermes bag. What I like about Tiffany & Fred, because I have a couple of bags from them now, is the quality is pretty good. Now, I'm sure this leather and the suede inside is not as soft as a real Hermes bag, but it's a great alternative if you want to try this style before spending the thousands of dollars. The little dachshund charm I got off Etsy, I would link it below, but they're sold out. Bag number 4, the Hermes Garden Party. There are 2 bags from Teddy Blake that I would say are great alternatives to the Garden Party. One is the Bella. I have 2 of these. This is the 12-inch in the black mock croc, and then that green bag right over my shoulder, I'll grab it. This is the 9-inch in the green mock croc. In terms of sizing, the 12-inch is going to be more like most garden parties. I don't think that Hermes has ever made a small one like that. This bag has the snaps on the side so you can undo it and expand it. It has the 2 top handles, and then it's open inside. It does have 2 zippers on the side with a pocket there. So you do have a little more organization than the Garden Party, which is fabulous. No feet on the bottom though. Does the Garden Party have feet? It's been a while since I looked at one. I don't remember. Let me know. They also have this in other leathers that are not mock croc. The other option is the Vanessa bag. This may be a little closer to the Garden Party because of the way the chaps are designed. And I've never seen one of those in person. I can attest for the quality of the Bella bags. Every time I talk about them, I tell you how much I love the quality of those. But the quality of Teddy Blake can vary from bag to bag, just like it can with most brands, with Coach or with Tory Burch. So be aware of that. Another option for the Garden Party would be the London tote from Aspinall of London. Now I have the giant one. They do make a smaller one that's about this big, and I'll give you a little spin of this one. This does not have the snaps on the side, and it has this big A here, which is one of the reasons I like it, because that's my initial. There is the spin. This does have feet on the bottom. It has the 2 top handles, which are a little longer and will actually fit over your shoulder, though it's not really meant to be carried that way. And it does have more organization than the Garden Party on the inside. You have a center zip and then 2 big compartments, as well as some slip pockets and a zip pocket on the back wall. Tiffany & Fred also does a version of the Garden Party. Bag number 5 from Hermes, one of my favorites of theirs, because it's such a unique design, is the Lindy. Dooney & Bourke has something that has some similar elements, and I think this would be a really fun bag to have, but it looks like it's probably too small for me. So if any of you have it, let us know in the comments section what you think of it. It's called the Dooney Sweetie Pinky Bag. and it's very narrow. It kind of reminds me of a cross between the mini Kelly in the size and with the flap, but then it has those two little handles on the side with the shoulder strap attached to those like the Lindy, and it comes in lots of fun colors. So that's a really interesting one to try. I would really like to hear from somebody if you have one. There's also the Song bag from Saint-Mont. This one again has those handles with the shoulder strap attached. I think the shoulder strap is detachable on this bag, I'm pretty sure. And when you do that, it's a similar bag to the Picotin. So you kind of get two Hermes bags in one with this one. And Tiffany & Fred also has a version of the Lindy bag. Now the next two are versions of the Kelly bag from Hermes that you may be less familiar with than the other bags we've talked about so far. Number 6 is the So Kelly. I've always loved this because it's a bucket bag style. I love buckets, and it has a shoulder strap, and then it has the sangles on the side, which you can have closed or dangle. Parissa Wang makes a version of this called the Madison Tote. And by the way, with this and the Aspinall of London piece, they can be a little pricey. So I'm going to put a link below where you can find them cheaper when they're available there. Usually a lot cheaper. So be sure to check that out. And then number 7 is the Kelly Danse. And for this, I'd go again with Parissa Wang. They have the Grace medium shoulder bag, which I think has several things in common with the Kelly Danse. And those are your affordable alternatives to 7 Hermes bags. Let me know which of these is your favorite, or what other bags, whether they're from Hermes or another brand, you would like to see a video like this about. Remember, everything I talked about is linked in the description box below, so check that out. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.